Beautiful light workers, and thank you for joining me again for calling all light workers, guys. This is a series that I'm beginning, and I'm sure it's going to evolve for channeling and guidance for all of us who feel drawn to greater service, to this ascension process. Everything that we're kind of going through is pretty unique. And so a lot of us feel, what more can we do? We're feeling stifled, a little out of control, a little lost, and we know we feel kind of a call to do something. And guys, it comes in all kinds of forms. I always do a meditation beforehand, guys, and a lot of the channeling that was coming through, and I'm still going to pull cards. But also, I think this week we're going to be seeing some things kind of unfolding. We're going to see some things coming to light this week. And I think that's why a lot of the channeling that I received had a lot to do with reassurance. Everything's fine. Things are unfolding in the way that they're meant to from a macro cosmic level. So not just the little things, it's the bigger picture here. So I think a lot of the things that have been taking place behind the scenes, they're going to be coming to light. So breathe deep. We're all good. It's all part of it. So I'm going to jump into it, guys, and see what loving guidance they have for us as a whole, as a team, and how we're being guided to kind of focus and work and do our part. You know, so many of us, we elected, volunteered to come here specifically for this ascension process. And I know what you're thinking. A lot of people are like, why did I do this? And I get you. But we did. So let's do it. So let's get started. Okay. Four of Coins, Queen of Wands, the Epiphany card, the Death card, Two of Wands, Ten of Cups, Nine of Swords, Knight of Cups. Guys, first things first, Four of Coins. They're like, look at, we're going to have to do our best to not be afraid of change, because change is the only constant. So that's the only thing that's ever assured or promised us in this incarnation, especially with the coins in terms of our money, the economy, in terms of how we earn money, our own career, our own stability. As light workers, we're all human. We still have to earn money. We still have to make a living. We still have to pay bills as of right now. And they're saying, look, there's going to be some changes. And like I said, something's going to be kind of coming to the surface this week. We might be hearing something here that's going to kind of shake our foundation that we're really going to resist as humans. But they're saying, look, it's almost like when we are looking too close to a picture, we're up front and center, like, this is horrible. But if we pull back, we can actually see a lot of the grace and the blessings and the opportunity that this is allowing us. We have the Queen of Wands, my favorite, right? And don't look at gender here. This is an energy that is confident and creative and passionate, even sexy, but independent and brilliant. This is not a time for us to resist change. This is a time for us to embrace it, because now, number one, we don't really got a choice. But number two, it gives us the opportunity to recreate. Were we really that happy with the way things were anyways? No. And while there is a lot of things at play, a lot of reasons, lots of energies, lots of levels, what we need to focus on is letting go of our attachment to the way we think things have to be, especially economically, especially materially, and really take this opportunity to step up and create it how you want. Maybe it's really time to downsize and invest in that tiny home, live off the grid. Maybe it's really time to figure out new ways of connecting and earning and spreading your light and your love. But this is a huge time of manifestation. The universe is like, just take a damn step in the direction of this newness, and we're going to provide this for you. The Epiphany card, guys. No matter how things look, we create reality, right? So when it comes to this card, it's like, look, this is an intense spiritual growth on a huge level. I mean, across all boards for everyone. When you have the Epiphany card, this is about coming to light, coming to realizations, right? And this is wisdom. And how do we gain wisdom? Through experience. And sometimes experience is a pain in the ass, right? It hurts. It sucks. But the thing is, guys, with the Epiphany card, whatever we're going through as individuals, it's because not for our own spiritual growth, but because we're meant to be a light to others. The Epiphany card is the ultimate spiritual teacher. You must experience, grow, come to your own conclusions, epiphanies, realizations, so that you can lead and teach and be a light to other people. This is not to take us down. It's to recreate us, to help us ourselves rebuild, to find the wisdom in this so that we can be in a form of, or a point of illumination. We have the Death card. Now, I know that scares a lot of people here, but this is really just the end of phases. We have to be able to detach as best we can. And I understand we are addicted to our phones and to, depending on what country you're from, certain conveniences and a ton of stuff. But it also, there's always a tit for tat. And they're saying, look, do your best to release the past, to release your attachment to the what was, how you think things should be. And yeah, it can be terrifying when we can think of the prospects of what can be, but that's up to us too, right? As a collective, to make those changes, to step forward. And if this is going to be a change that's going to take place regardless, how do I want this to go? How do I want this to play out? How do we need to take control, or I don't want to use the word control, influence, or mold it in a way that serves the all? There is a more enriching future coming, and sometimes it is, and not sometimes, it is darkest before the dawn. So even when there's darkness, inevitably there's going to be light. We have the Two of Wands. We already knew that. So this week is really about whatever's coming to light this week, really working on ourselves. Remember last week was really collaboration. This week there's going to be a lot of individual release work and creativity, because nobody can force you to change, to grow, to create. Nobody. That's free will. So at this point, you must make the choice to stay focused on giving, on receiving, on letting go of attachment, allowing things to flow in that's meant to, flow out that's not to, and recreate those areas that are not working for you. Now, when you have the Two of Wands, this is an opportunity for new jobs, new careers, new contracts, agreements, collaborations in some form. So if you guys are worried about money or finances, this is going to come back in, but the universe is saying it's going to come back in because you're stepping up. You're stepping up. Now we have the Ten of Cups here. While there's going to be changes here, it's kind of crazy. We're, on quarantine. We're like, oh my God. And yeah, it kind of sucks. But it's also caused people to get closer to their family, to recognize what really matters, the value. When you have the Ten of Cups, there's actually more harmony in the home. There's a recalibration. As one thing moves here, it moves over there. You know what I'm saying? You could have, let's say maybe lost your job, but maybe it took you away from your family and your spiritual path, or what you came to do, or whatever. So really, it could be a blessing in disguise. Nine of Swords. Like I said, this is going to be a huge week where we really, as individuals, as souls, as light workers, are really going to have to work on our own mental fears, our mental attachments, our mental shoulda, woulda, couldas, because we're being asked to step up, to lead, to walk the talk, to even to lead by example. So yeah, so sometimes because we are more conscious, or really are choosing and wanting to be more awake, we're at the forefront of breaking through a lot of limiting beliefs, conditioning. So this week it really is internalizing, or not internalizing, breaking down internalized and unhealthy and toxic behaviors, beliefs, and attachments. Knight of Cups, you're not going to be alone in this. You're going to find you have a lot of support from those who love you, romantic or platonic, family, friends, support groups. So for us this week, well, last week was super, super active in terms of, collaborating, creating. In order to move to that next level, which we are being called for that. We must break down the aspects of our mind that are going to try to sabotage, limit, block these new creations. So it's kind of like every time you move to a new level, you kind of have to tone up. Think of like if you want to do like trek the Himalayas, you have to train yourself for every elevation, right? So we are elevating energetically, spiritually. So every time we step up, we're creating, brainstorming. Before we can step into that new level, we have to make sure we remove any kind of mental or energetic blocks that are going to keep us from manifesting that. So you're really going to see a lot of this work. No matter, honestly, shut off the media if you can, but no matter what comes to light or comes to surface, this is not a time for you to panic, or I understand there's human aspects, but it's a time for you to release. Like, all right, the universe abhors a vacuum. When something goes, it always replaces it. So this is the perfect time to decide the energy and frequency of the experience that you want to bring in replacement of whatever might be leaving. Okay, guys? Incredible deep work. It's still creative. It's still asking you to choose. It's asking you to think. It's asking you to still create. But you might just be noticing you're running into some blocks. Take in that loving support. Recognize that no matter what you're losing sleep over, the what shoulda, coulda, wouldas, what ifs, whatever we focus on grows. Surrender it. Surrender. If you have to do 1,000 freaking times, surrender it again. And know that when the Nine of Swords, it's just the boogeyman in your mind, right? So it's like that shadow that's cast on a wall. It looks huge, but it's cast by something this tiny. You know what I'm saying? So surrender it. Recognize that you don't want to feed that energy or that reality, and ask the divine or whatever you believe in to fill you with peace and love and guidance and strength and courage and light, guys. So this really is a big week of spiritual growth on a more individualistic levels, and it might be because we're getting triggered. So do your best. We all have it. There are so many resources online. I have my free cord cutting, releasing, and powerful divine angelic protection MP3. It's completely free. It's down below. Try it out. And otherwise, breathe, meditate, disconnect, be in nature still if you can. And if it feels and it resonates with you, pray. Pray, I'm not saying in supplication, like, please help us. The universe helps those who help themselves, but this is an affirmation. Thank you for guiding me. Thank you for showing us the way. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciation, because by asking, it's given. It's just law, guys. No matter what you believe in, it doesn't matter. Believe in yourself. And really surround yourself with those people that believe in you too, and believe in each other. This is more about emotional support this week with those people that are close to you, clearing those blocks. And let's see what our next step is, guys. I hope this serves you. Have many blessings, guys. I wish you all many blessings. Have a good week. Ground it out. Do some frequency, sound healing, whatever it is you guys like. And I will see you next week for next week's readings.